All right, here we go. Boop. What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to the role play session. We're going to be training. We're going to be doing Q&A. It's going to be a very intense session. I'm going to give it a second for everybody to log in. What I'm going to do is the first 5 people that type in their phone number, I'm going to call them and do a role play with them. We're going to role play any situation that you guys want. Any situation in the world that you guys are having trouble with, objections, whatever you're having problems with, I'm going to role play whatever your situation is, and we're going to do it right here. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm also going to be taking any and all questions. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to just type them in. I'm going to get to every single last question before I'm done here. Even if it takes a couple hours, I'm going to be here finishing it out, answering all the questions and all that good stuff. So I already see we got 3 phone numbers already. So whoever the next 2 people are going to get in on the role play. While I'm waiting on the last 2 people, if this is your first time seeing me or the first coaching sessions you've had with me, I just want to just barely touch. I don't want to get too deep because it'll take a lot of time, but I just want to touch basically on my main principles, which the main one is relationships over transactions. Like everything in business and in life is relationships over transactions. The transactions come from your desire to create relationships and maintain relationships. It's how I've built my business so big at this point. So I believe in it very much. It took me 6 years to figure this out. I lost everything in the crash. I started real estate in 2002. Then I realized it was about relationships. It took me another 6 years to actually implement, to actually get where I wanted to be, which was my ultimate goal, which was $1 million a year in GCI, which I finally hit last year. So it took me from 2002 to 2017 to actually hit the goal of $1 million a year as a single agent. So it doesn't happen overnight. Like it's all about hard work and thinking, adapting. I think there's 4 keys to long-term success. You have to believe 100% in what you're doing. You have to work hard. You have to adapt, and you have to be patient. And if someone is not as successful as they want to be or not as successful at all, I can sit down and have a 5-minute conversation with you and tell you which of these 4 keys you're missing. You're missing something somewhere. Either you don't believe, you're not working hard, you're not adapting, you're just doing the same thing over and over again, or you're not being patient. Maybe you're doing everything right. Maybe you're believing, working hard, and adapting, but you're not being patient. So my phone scripts are designed to ask questions, read people over the phone, figure out what's going on with them, and then from there, we're gonna ask if there's anything we can do for them, right? And then we're gonna create this relationship for the rest of our life with this person. Every single client is worth. I see I got 5 numbers now, so I'm fixing to call the first one. Everything. Hold on one second. Let me get my phone. Every single client is worth 10 to 20 deals to you on average over the life of your career. Okay, 10 to 20 deals. Every client is worth that, whether they want to buy today or next year, next month, 10 years from now. And I think a lot of people are just looking for the deal. They want to do a deal today, and they're not really concerned too much with everybody. I want to be friends with everybody because I understand that each person is worth 10 to 20 deals to me over the life of my career. So I'm trying to delicately create these relationships and put myself in a position where I'm going to be their real estate agent when they decide to do something, and they're going to refer all their friends and family to me. That's the goal. Now, how do I get now business from this? Fact is, closings are happening every day. If you're doing this, people are going to be attracted to you, and these closings that are happening every day, you're going to start doing some of these transactions because the people, if you're talking to enough people, you're going to run into the people that are doing the deals today, and you're going to capture the people for the rest of their life for the future business. So you're building your business for now and the future all at one time. All right, cool. I'm fixing to give Jason a call for our first role play of the day. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me okay. And
what's up, Ricky?
How are you, man? I'm doing great. Absolutely, man. So what do you want to role play with me?
I do want to go over phone scripts. Obviously, I've watched almost all of your videos, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of it. I just want to make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing here with transitions and just tone and everything that goes along with those pieces.
So you want to focus on my script and like a circle prospecting scenario?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So I'll be the owner and you be the agent, and let's see where you're at, and then I'll critique you afterwards.
Perfect.
All right, cool. So ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hello, Ricky.
Yeah.
Jason Kohler with Nostalgic Home. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. Can't complain. This Friday is finally here, and the weather's gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to the weekend.
I hear you, man. What can I do for you?
Hey, Ricky, I don't want to take up too much of your time here this morning, but a house just sold right around the corner from you there on Main Street. I was wondering if there was anything I might be able to do to help you out today.
No, not really.
Not really? Okay, I got you. Well, say, if there's anything that changes, whether it's next week or maybe even next year, is there an agent in the area that you might work with?
Well, the one that sold us the house, we're kind of good friends with her, but we ain't talked to her in a while.
Okay. Awesome. Well, say, I'd love the opportunity to work with you when the time comes. Is it all right if I stay in touch with you?
Sure.
Great. What's your email address?
Ricky@zerotodiamond.com.
Awesome. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Anything right off the top that jumped out at you?
I think it was really good, man. And two, for everybody watching, I'll have a link in the description after this is done where you guys can download my scripts, which is exactly what Jason just did. If you notice how natural it is, it asks some questions in the beginning. You actually get to feel and get to read who you're talking to and try to actually create a relationship, if you believe it or not. So when you started, you kind of said, "Hey, Ricky," but I like to, whenever I'm coming into the call, I might want to use first name, or I might want to say last name, or you know what I mean? So that's kind of by feel, so you said, "Hey, Ricky," and that might not roll over well if they don't know you. They're like, "Who is this guy calling me by my first name?" You know what I'm saying? And so you can do that. Like, you absolutely can do that. You just have to pick and choose, and sometimes when I'm calling like an LLC and I don't even know who I'm calling, I won't even say that. I would just go straight in. As soon as they answer, I'm just like, "Hey, this is Ricky Carruth at Remax of Orange Beach. How you doing today?" A lot of times I'll just, like, if I can't pronounce the last name, or if I can't pronounce the first name, or, or if it's an LLC or a business or something, I may just go straight to that second part, so that beginning part can be kind of, you can mix and match what you want to do. But you did good because it was short and sweet, right? And then I liked what you said about, enjoying the Friday, good weather, all that. Okay, the problem with that was that it was a little too wordy. Like, it was a little bit too wordy, right? And you didn't ask me a question. You see what I'm saying? Like you just was like, "I'm enjoying the weather," but you didn't say, "Isn't it gorgeous outside?" at the end. Like, there needs to be a question in that second part to get a reaction out of them to where you can read them. So when you just stopped it at a statement and I was like, "Okay, yeah, well, what can I do for you?" You know what I mean? It would have been better if it would have been more of like a question. But you recovered so incredibly well when you transitioned to, I got you. Well, look, I don't know if there's, I don't know. I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but like that was like spot on. The way that you transitioned there,
Awesome.
that was perfect. Like I couldn't have done it any better myself. And then whenever they said, now your transition, the second transition, it wasn't so smooth. Whenever they said that they're still friends with their agent, but you haven't talked to them in a while, it wasn't so smooth because you're like awesome, awesome for a second before you went into the transition. And really, you need to get straight into that transition. Like there's two transitions. There's the I don't want to take up too much of your time today, and then there's the I got you. Well, look, is there an agent that you would work with? Those are the two transition points in the call, right? And so you really need to nail those two. So you got the first one down, but you got to be ready with that second one to really hit it hard, just like you did the first one. See what I'm saying?
No, totally understand.
Because when you say awesome, awesome, that kind of makes an awkward. You know what I mean? So, but no, overall, it's good. You got the lingo. Okay. Here's your deal. Like, here's your problem. Here's what you've got to do. You need to go make 1,000 calls, 4,000 calls. Like right now, you need to go make like 3,000 calls over the next couple weeks, and get that experience under you, right? So like there's stages in cold calling. You're scared, then you're like you break through it and you make the call, but you're still shy. Then you get to where you're comfortable, a little comfortable. Then you're like, okay, there's nothing to this, but what should I be saying? Then you figure out what to say, right? And so that's where you are. You've figured out you've gone through those stages, and now you figured out what to say. Now you got to figure out how to say it, right? That's the stage you're on. Is you got it all down. Now you just got to figure out how to say it. And the only way to really do that is to make calls and just practice, practice, practice.
No, I appreciate all that.
Cool, man. Anything else today?
No, I will let you keep moving here and move on. But hey, thank you so much, Rick.
Absolutely, man. Enjoyed it. Talk soon. Later, bud. That was really good. I enjoyed that one. So I'm going to call Jeff. And two guys, if I get through these really quick and there's more numbers, I'll call more people. So it's all good. Looks like there's a question real quick right here while I'm dialing Jeff's number. Matt Harmony says, "Hey Ricky, unable to talk, but if you could cover the where in your farm script, it says that with your farms that you don't need to push for the email, that there will be a chance later to get it." Let's see, what's he trying to say there? If you could cover where in your farm script it says that with your farms, you know. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. Here's the thing. Like sometimes if it's people that you're going to talk to again, sometimes you don't have to go right for the kill every time, is what I'm saying. You don't have to go right for the kill, right for the email every single time. Sometimes it's better to maybe talk to them one or two times. It's like if they call you and you're going to see their property to give them a price, and you know that you're going to talk to them again to talk to them about what their condo looked like, maybe plan on getting their email on the second call after you've proved to them that you're dependable by going and seeing the condo like you said you would do and call them when you said you were going to call them. Sometimes that makes it more natural. So that's really all I was saying there, is that you don't always have to go for it on the first call if you know you're going to talk to them again. Sometimes it's better to go for it on the second call to make it sense after you've proved to them that you're dependable. So that I think that's kind of what covers that. Now, on the flip side, a lot of these people that you're cold calling, you're only going to talk to them one time. That's it. You're never really going to talk to them again. If they tell you they're not interested in doing anything right now and they don't have an agent, you need to get the email right then, because chances are you're not going to follow up with that person. And you're going to spend your follow-up time following up with people who are ready to do stuff. And so you're not going to spend that follow-up call on somebody who's not ready, right? Unless you didn't get the email and you feel like you want to take a second shot at it. You see what I'm saying? So pick and choose. All right, back to Jeff. I hope that answers your question, Matt. You guys feel free to ask any questions you like. Role play number 2. What'd you guys think about the first role play? How are you, Jeff? Great, great, man. What do you want to role play today?
I want to put a spin on top of this with your script. I am about to contact I used to work with this real estate agent when I got started in business 10 years ago. We worked for 3 or 4 years together. And we're back doing some things again and doing a little bit of stuff together. He's got a database that has grown kind of cold over the years. He hasn't really done the best job contacting them. But it's about 4,000 or 5,000 people over the, since he started keeping records in 2006. Many of them we did real estate with, and many of them are contacts. So it's not necessarily a cold call, but it is kind of a cold call because these are old contacts. So I'm reaching them with a little bit more of a friendlier approach, rather than strictly cold. But I want to be in that service heart kind of a thing. And what can I do for you today? And that's what I'm about to do. And I'm going to hook up the Bojo triple dial to his top producer database and integrate and start knocking them out. So that's what I'm about to do. That's what I want to role play.
Basically, it's a list of internet leads.
No, these are not internet leads. These are people that have had a relationship with his agent over time.
Okay.
Many of them have done deals with him and his team. He's been a multi-million-dollar producer for years and years.
Okay.
And so these are people in large part who have had a relationship with this agent over time. Most of them have had a relationship, so they're not just cold leads.
Okay, so this agent retired. Basically, you took his list over.
Well, he's going to in a couple of years.
Okay. So he's still active, right? But he's just kind of slowing down, and you're going to call these people. And what's the angle there? Are you calling them for him, or is he going to actually? Are you calling them to follow up for him, or are you trying to build your business off of his clients?
I'm building a business that ultimately he retires and refers all to me. So this is ultimately, as I approach them, I'm injecting myself into his relationships, and I become the point of contact moving forward.
So, and then every deal you do off this list, you're going to give him a referral?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some time, yes.
I got you. Okay, cool. I think I know exactly what I would do in this situation. But I want to hear what you're saying first, and then I'll tell you. Do you want to role play, and you tell me what you're saying, and then I'll intervene. Okay, cool. So this could be a buyer or seller, or it could be somebody who never even bought or sold through the guy, right? It's just people in his database, correct? No. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Perfect. It doesn't matter. The details do not matter. Okay, so I'm just a random person in that feller's. What's his name, by the way? Don. Okay, so I'm a random client in Don's database, and you're calling me. Ring, ring, ring. Hello. Doing good. How about you?
I'm enjoying the spring of good weather out here today. Pretty nice out there.
It is nice.
Absolutely. Listen, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I know Don and I helped you with your real estate needs back in 2010, and Don and I were talking today, and we just didn't know if there was anything we could do for you today.
No, not nothing I can think of right this moment.
Hey, listen, Ricky, I don't think we done the best job of staying in touch over time. We'd like to do a better job of that moving forward. Do you mind if we stay in touch?
That'd be okay.
Absolutely. Can I confirm I've got an email address here for you, and obviously I've got the right number. Is this still your email address?
Sure.
Absolutely. Fantastic. I'm going to make a note of that, and I look forward to being in touch in the future.
Cool.
All right. Hey, Rick, have a good day today, bud.
Okay, will do.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so it was pretty good, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, so I've called about, and this is the thing, I've called about 100 people without a dialer, and 10 of them have done business with somebody else. So, you know, these are people that are doing business in the area, and that's why it's motivating me to dial in a bigger way.
Okay.
So
okay, so check it out, man. You definitely want to get dialer, right? You definitely want to get that dialer, and these are very high quality phone numbers, right? These are right out of his database. This is a lot of cell phone numbers, right?
Yeah. High quality.
Okay. So check this out. I may seriously consider doing a single dialer in this scenario, because since it's such a high quality, see, the triple dialer is great for numbers that you get online through Redx, Mojo, you know, online phone numbers are not all, you know, cell phone numbers. Like some of them are from Redx, but in other places, but they're not all as high quality as what you're saying. So the good thing about triple dialer is it cuts through all those bad numbers and gets to the person that wants to talk to you. Okay, so that's the thing about triple dialer. But when you have high quality numbers, you should really consider single dialing, because you know, if you're triple dialing high quality numbers and all three people answer, you know, and you're dropping voicemails that don't really sound that personal, you know what I mean? Or they're getting that message where you're like, hello, hey, this is Ricky, I'm in a bad spot, I'll call you right back. You know, that's just kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I sacrifice those situations for talking to a quantity of people when I'm cold calling people I've never talked to, and they're, you know, it's numbers I found online. But when I'm talking to past clients or high quality, you know, data source of phone numbers, I'm probably going to consider it a single dial, just so that my quality is where it needs to be. You understand? The single dial is still a huge opportunity you need to take advantage of, because it's still dialing them for you, and you're saving that time dialing. It's still faster is what I'm saying. Even though it's one at a time, it's still faster. And if you want to, maybe do two at a time in case you get some that don't answer. I don't think I would go triple dialer. That's just my 2 cents on that part of it, the technical side, right? So over to the phone script side, what I would say is, I wouldn't say that this is, you know, Jeff over, you know, Jeff and Don's team, on Jeff and Don team at, you know, wherever, right? What I would say is I would say, hey, Mrs. Whoever, this is Jeff Donaldson at whatever. This is Jeff Donaldson at Don's office at whatever realty, right? I wouldn't even approach him like you're on Don's team. I mean, like they get the sense that you're on Don's team because you say, hey, this is Jeff over at Don's office at whatever realty. What real estate company do you work for, by the way? Yeah, so this is Jeff over at Don's office at Remax. How you doing today? And if they say, who is this? Because you said too many names, they don't understand. That's when you say the exact same thing, you just slow it down. You say, oh, I'm sorry. This is Jeff over at Don's office at Remax. How you doing today? Just say it slower. So when you say, hey, this is Jeff at Don's office, they're going to immediately associate you with with Don, right? And that that synergy is going to start to happen there, right? I like that a lot better than saying, I'm at the Jeff and Don team, you know, or like you know what I'm saying? Like, you want them to feel like this is a personal call from you, Jeff, to them, not the team to them. You understand? And so this gives it a personal touch where they feel like this is a personal one-on-one. You're going to be their contact at Don's office. Okay. And so this is what happens. You're going to have your normal call, like you did good from there. And then where you really went downhill was when you said, hey, I know we haven't done a good job staying in touch with you. You should never point that out. That should be something that you never say, right? Don't ever say, I know I've done a bad job staying in touch with you. That you just never going to say that. That should never come out of your mouth. So, and if you already have their email address, you know, so this is what I would do. Hey, Mrs. Johnson. Hey, this is Jeff over at Don's office at Remax, wherever. How you doing today? Good. Yeah, me too. I'm enjoying the weather. Isn't it gorgeous outside? Now, here's another thing. Both of you guys I just did role play with, kind of fumbled on, is that second question. It's too wordy. It needs to be a statement and a question. That's it. I say, I'm enjoying the day. Isn't it gorgeous? Boom. Right? Both of you guys are too wordy right there. It's got to be short and quick. Okay, so that's just tightening up your skill level there. That's me just tightening the wrench a little bit. That's not really what we're doing as far as developing this script for you. So, hey, this is Jeff over at Don's office at Remax. How you doing? Good. Enjoying the day. Isn't it gorgeous? Good. Well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but I know we did some business with you in the past. And I know Don did some business with you in the past, and we're just calling to see if there's anything that we can do for you now. Right? And then you're going to just engage in a conversation from there. Okay. If they say no, there's nothing you can do for us. See, what I think is going to happen is you're going to engage in conversations where they start talking about the deal they did with Don back in the day, or how good Don was to them, or this or that, right? I think they're going to start engaging in conversations, or how long have you known Don? I think there's going to be a lot of Don conversations there. Okay. And once you get through that, whether they want to do something or not, if they want to do something, of course, follow that, you know, figure out what they want to do, help them in any way you can. If they don't want to do anything, say, okay, cool. Well, look, I'm going to be your contact over here. That's what I would say. I'm going to be your contact over here at Don's office. If you need anything, please let us know. Hey, is your email address still blah, 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 blah? Okay, cool. I'm going to start sending you emails just to stay in touch. And you just let me know if you need anything in the world. Have a good day. See what I'm saying? Yes, that's it. You're not going to say what's your email. You're not going to say, I know we haven't been doing a good job staying in touch. You're going to say, look, you know, like yay or nay, the Don conversation, all that. And then you're going to say, well, look, this is your transition. Instead of saying, well, look, is there an agent you deal with? Here's your transition. You're going to say, look, I'm going to be your contact at Don's office. Don't say from now on. Don't say I'm going to be your contact at Don's office from now on or from here moving forward. You don't want to say anything that's going to make them feel like Don's going to be out of the picture soon, right? You want to create the effect that you work with Don and you're going to be their contact at Don's office if they need anything. Okay. And then you're going to say, I'm going to be your contact at Don's office. You know, if you need anything at all, by the way, is your email address still da-da-da-da-da? Cool. I'm going to start sending you emails just to stay in closer touch with you. Let me know if there's anything in the world I can ever do for you. Have a great day.
Fabulous. The one situation I was hoping to maybe a year thought about, I'm going to run across folks that sold their house that they were at, and they moved on. I don't want to ignore those people. I still want to call them. How would you handle the situation if they kind of say, well, We sold that house that Don helped us buy, back when. How would you transition it? Obviously, they moved on to another agent, but I'd like to get it back.
They might not have used another agent. They might have sold it for sale by owner. They might their daughter might have became a real estate agent. It might not have been anything you did wrong. It might have been that what I would say is when they said they sold the house or whatever, I would just say, okay, cool. Did you guys use an agent? And I would find out what the situation was. Did they use an agent? Did they for sale by owner? How did they sell it, right? And then that's going to tell me a little bit about where they are. I would like to know when they sold it. That would really tell me a lot more about their relationship with the agent. Did they sell it in the past year, 6 months, 5 years? But finding out if they had an agent, and then maybe turn it into kind of a survey deal, like, I got you. Was there any reason why you didn't come back to us? Because we're just trying to get better. We're just trying to get better. I'm stepping in and gonna start helping him. Helping Don with just customer service and staying in touch. So we're just trying to get better. Is there anything we could have done better? Is there a reason why you didn't choose us? And then say, look, we would love to earn your business moving forward. Is your email address still this? Please let us know if there's anything in the world that we can do for you. We're here. Cool. Any more questions?
I'll probably go ahead and get the triple, because if I want to change the pay, so
get the triple for sure, and then start with single and see how it goes, and then bump it to 2 at a time from there, and then just kind of see how it goes. Yeah, man. No problem, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Keep us informed, man. Keep us informed of how it's going. Later, bud. So that was a very interesting scenario. Hope you guys all enjoyed that, how we dissected the situation and basically created a phone script for him to use on these past clients of another agent. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. I want to see real quick. I'm going to call Derek in just a second. I want to see if there's, I'm going to answer one question in between each role play. And then at the end, I'll come back and answer all the questions. Let's see. Eric says, when I bring up the weather or holidays, a lot of people seem to get annoyed and will just straight ask for why I'm calling. Sets the mood bad for the rest of the call, hard to recover. That's because you're doing it wrong. You don't have confidence when you're doing it. You're entering it nervous, and so they notice your nervousness. So they say, this guy sounds nervous. What do you want, man? Right? So you gotta do it confidently. But here's the thing, you're gonna run into people who do say that, and it's not hard to recover. As soon as they say that, you give them attitude right back. And you say, when they say, what do they say? They just ask, why are you calling? Oh, well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a house down the road just sold, and I didn't know if there's anything I could do for you guys today. You give it right back to them because you're actually offering a service and you're there to actually help them. And if they don't see that, that's fine. Next. But if you can prove it to them, hey, look, I'm here to help you. Give them a little attitude back. But Eric, it's your tone. It's your confidence. It's your tone. So, Eric, please comment below and let me know if that helped you or not, or if you have further questions about that. I'm going to call Derek.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 9 5 1 2 3 4 6 1 6 3.
Okay, Derek didn't answer. He probably had to go somewhere. I'm going to go to the next one. Tatsy. Is it Tatsy? Hey, is it Tatsy?
Yes, sir.
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Good, man. I'm really good. How you doing?
Doing fine. Doing fine. Just grinding.
I hear you, man. Same thing.
What do you want to role play?
FSBOs, man. I've been working FSBOs for about a year now, and I have to admit it was a little shaky when I first got started, but I think I've come into my own now. So
Cool. All right. So I'm going to be the for sale by owner, and you be the agent. Let's see what you got, and then we'll go from there.
all right, sounds good.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. I was checking to see if 708 15th Street was still available.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Well, listen, my name is Tatsy, and I'm with Moffett, Ladder and Bloom, but don't let that fool you. I'm not going to try to get you to sign with me today or anything. I'm sure you get a lot of phone calls from different agents.
Yeah. We've been getting flooded.
Right. Listen, like I said, I'm not going to try to get you to sign with me today, but I was just checking to see if we were able to bring you a buyer, if you were open to working with agents.
Yeah, we are.
Awesome. Do you mind if I swing by tomorrow morning just to take a quick tour of the home in case we do have somebody who's interested?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
I'll see you then.
All right, sounds good.
Okay,
That's basically the gist of my conversation.
Okay, so where are you having problems?
Man, to be honest, I've been doing this for a year now, and I pick up listings, but they're few and far between. I used to work in the oil field. I lived down here in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And got laid off a couple years ago, and chose real estate, cashed in my 401k, went into home flipping. The second one bombed. It was a really bad investment. And so I'm doing real estate, picked up my license, and man, just learning from School of Hard Knocks and trying to survive.
But Tatsy, what I'm saying is where are you having problems on for sale by owners?
I don't know if it's the volume, like I need more numbers, or like I see certain for sale by owners go with other agents, and I try to think, okay, is there something that I didn't do right? Like I just lost one, and I had been working with him for like 3 or 4 months, and he even told me, when we're ready to go, you've put so much into this, we're probably going to go with you. And I felt that it was a for sure thing. And he wound up going with another agent, and I'm just not sure, where the breakdown is, or if there's something I'm not doing.
Did you call him and ask him?
I actually texted him. No, I didn't ask him. I just texted him and said, hey, congrats on listing your home. Hope I can bring you a buyer.
Yeah, I would have asked him, and I might still ask him, because say, look, just in the good faith that I'm trying to get better at being an agent and providing a better service to my clients, I need to know why you chose a different agent over me, after you told me that you probably would use me. What exactly was it? And I think the answer will be something like, we knew somebody, my wife really liked this other person, they hit us at the right time, So with for sale by owners, it's all in the follow-up, right? Like it's all in the follow-up. For sale by owners, most of them are not going to sign right then. You can be that high pressure guy that goes in there and tries to handle all the objections and get them to sign right then, but a really small percentage of people, I mean, you can get really smooth with that way to do business, but that's just not how I do business, right? If I were to do for sale by owners, I'm going to go in there. It's very easy to set the appointment, right?
Right.
I mean, every for sale by owner wants to show their house to anybody that will see it. So it's not hard. That's easy. Like getting in front of them is not easy. When you're there is when you have to take advantage of the moment that you're actually there, face to face, and really try to go deep with something that you connect with them on. you know, high school football team, you know, like learn like what their hobbies are, where they work, you know, like figure out and find a connection between you and them, right?
Right.
That's the biggest thing, is go deep there without worrying about the listing. And then
Right.
it's like, I'll tell them, look, once you sell this for sale by owner, where are you guys going to move to? Because, you know, if you do sell it for sale by owner, I would like to help you when you buy your next place, you know, because you'll need representation, and that's free. You know, that's free of charge. So, you know, I would love to work with you guys on that if you do end up selling it yourself. And then I'm like, if you guys, you know, decide at some point that you're tired of trying to sell it yourself, you know, in the future, you know, and you do decide to go with an agent, I would like that opportunity as well. And so you just really try to go deep with the relationship. It's all in the follow up. You need to get their email address. You need to be sending them emails every week. You need to be calling them every week. On for sale by owners, and this is why I can't really do for sale by owners, because you need to call them every single week and say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Have you had showings? What's the feedback been? And really engage in those conversations with them every week and kind of be that guy. And you're not going to get them all. Like some of them are going to do like that guy did and choose another agent, but you're going to get a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So I think on the script, I think that saying, oh, you know, don't let that fool you, or, you know, don't let it scare you. I'm not going to try to get you to sign anything and all that. I think you can cut all that out, because that just sounds like a robot kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I think literally you should just call and say, hey, are you the homeowner of whatever? Hey, I saw your sign, or I saw you online. You know, I'm Patsy at whatever realty. And, you know, I didn't know if you guys would be open to working with realtors. Okay, cool. When can I see the house? You know what I'm saying? Like very natural, very straightforward. Would y'all work with an agent? Cool. Let me come see it and meet you guys. You know, that kind of thing. So, and then when you get there, you can start figuring out why they want to sell. Why they want to sell is the most important part of this whole puzzle. Why they are selling. What's going on in their life that's making them make this decision to sell. You know, do they not care to sell? They just would sell if they could, or do they need to sell for a certain reason? Or did their kids go to college? Did their mom die? Did somebody die? Was somebody born? Did they lose their job? Did they get a new job? See what I'm saying?
Right.
Finding out why they want to sell is step number one when you get there. Connecting with them on a very deep level is step number two. And step number three is telling them about, you know, I want to represent you guys when you buy something. And, you know, and actually, you know, like a lot of agents are kind of scared to help a seller out with comps or this or that, because they're scared they're going to use that information to go sell it on their own. Hell, help them sell it on their own. You know, like help them get it sold. You know, and if they're asking too much, it's not going to sell anyway. So you're just going to be known as the guy that really tried to help them and wasn't really looking to get paid. You did all this stuff for free. See what I'm saying?
Oh, I follow you. I
Yeah.
follow you. I forgot. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this real quick. If you were just starting out, you got 2 years under your belt, and you knew that you didn't want to go back to offshore life, you knew that you didn't want to go back to the military, this was your pursuit, this was your passion, but you just weren't making, it just wasn't making enough money, you know, to make ends meet, what would you do?
I would get a mentor. I would realize that closings are happening every day, and that there are agents out there that are closing all these deals every day. Right? Like everything for you is mindset. It's not tactical. It's not like you need to do this. It's you need to get your mind right. Like you need to realize that there's more deals out there than you can handle for you. And the problem is you're not putting in the work to talk to enough people to make those deals happen.
Okay. So in that situation, where would be the first place that you would go to get more numbers, to get more?
I have always called property owners, farmed a subdivision, farmed a complex. That's all I've ever done. I pick out a subdivision, a complex, and then I go all in. I study it. I go look at the listings. I pull up all the owners. I call everybody. I send letters. I just do everything I can do to dominate that building. And then once I've done all the damage I can do for the moment being, I move to another one, and then another, and another, and another. And so that's all I've ever done. I've tinkered with for sale by owners, which I got listings and sold them. I tinkered with expireds. I got listings. I used Zillow for like 2 months and canceled them. I probably closed a couple deals. I've done open houses. I never door knocked. I think door knocking's great. Here's the thing, dude. Everything works. No. Everything works. The difference is here. There's two things. You have to come from a place of how can I help you? Okay. It can't be from a place of do you want to buy or sell? It needs to be a place of how can I help you? Right. Right. And then the second part is are you talking to enough people per day, like new prospects? That's all it boils down to. Everything else will fall into place. Like,
and how many would you suggest talking to on a day?
You need to talk to 20 to 30 people, 30 property owners every day, new property owners.
Gotcha. New property owners as in people you haven't spoken to.
Yes, people you've never spoken to. Dude, here's the thing, man. You are a great agent. You mean well. Everybody likes you. You'll go over the top for people. You're dependable. You're professional. You're everything that people want in a real estate agent, right?
Right.
The problem is nobody knows that because they haven't talked to you yet. It's your job to get out there and promote yourself as this dependable, hardworking guy. You know, I worked on an oil rig.
I've been following you for a little bit here, and a lot of your story parallels mine.
Yeah. So, you know, that hardworking guy, you just have to show that to the world, man. And people love hardworking people. If you're hardworking, that hardworking means dependable, consistent, knowledgeable. Like hardworking is not just you work hard. It's that you show up on time every single time. You're consistent. You get the job done. You if something happens, you handle it professionally. That's what people want to see. And you are all those things. But the problem is you're not talking to enough people and introducing yourself as this hardworking guy to enough people in the market.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bottom line. So how many people do you talk to a day?
Pretty solid contact today, whether it be through appointments, phone calls, conversations.
Okay, that's your problem.
Okay.
Listen to me, man. There's a link in all my videos. Redx. Save the 150. You have it? Dude.
A lot like you, I started out on the white pages and just
so you okay, so you can appreciate what GeoLeads is. Where you click a mouse and you find all the numbers, and then you triple dial them right there with the storm dialer, and then you call 100 people in an hour and a half.
Gotcha.
That's what you should do every day until you're making so much money you don't know what to do with it all.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, buddy.
Absolutely.
Good talk, man. I gotta go to another call.
Hey, man, I just want to tell you I appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, buddy.
See you, bud. So what do you guys think about that? That was kind of a coaching call / for sale by owner thing. Let me get to another question, and I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to call Marvin Gomez if he is around. Let's see. Christian says, I want to call an area where I got numbers for a zip code. I don't have a listing there, nor my office at this time. What would be a good reason to say why you are calling? This is a great question. Thank you, Christian. The reason that you would call, it doesn't have to be somebody in your office. It doesn't have to be you. It can be a for sale by owner. It can be any deal in the market. You can call about any deal. You're just going to call and say, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a house down the road sold. A house down the road is under contract. A house down the road just listed, and I didn't know if there's anything I could do to help you today. Okay? You don't really say the details of the house. that takes too long, and they might not even care. But if they ask you about the details, now you're going to get into the details of whatever was going on with that house or whatever. Okay, so it doesn't have to be something in your office or that you've done yourself. Now, when you do postcards and you're doing, letters, that needs to be stuff that's in your office. But when you're calling, you're not even telling them a house. You're just going to say a house sold or under contract, went pending, or is listed. I didn't know if there's anything I could do for you today. All right, so I'm going to call Marvin here. Good question there, Christian. All right, let's see. This will be my 5th dial, but I didn't talk to one of the calls, so I might scroll down and see if I got another.
Hey Ricky, how's it going?
Marvin, what's up, man?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about you? Can you hear me? No, I lost him, but he's calling me back. Here you go. Marvin.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, are you on a Bluetooth or anything?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, I can hear you now. How you doing, brother?
Okay. I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking.
What do you want to role play with me today?
I wanted to role play the cold calling script.
Perfect.
With you.
Perfect. Have you been using them?
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to be the owner. Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hey, good morning, Mr. Carruth.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Carruth, this is Marvin. I'm a local real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway. How you doing today?
Doing good. How about you, Marvin?
I'm doing great, Ricky. Thanks for asking. Just enjoying this nice weather we're having. Isn't it nice?
It is beautiful out there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Hey, well, Mr. Carruth, I don't want to take up too much of your time today. It's actually just calling because there was a house that sold a couple trees from you and didn't know if there's anything I can do for you at this time.
We've been thinking about maybe doing something here in the future, but nothing right now, Marvin. Thanks for calling, though.
Absolutely, Mr. Carruth. Well, hey, let me ask you, is there another agent in the area you might work with when you guys are ready?
No, not really.
No? All right. Well, hey, Mr. Carruth, I'm going to be in the business here for a lot of time to come, and I'd like to work with you guys when you are ready. Would it be all right if we stay in touch?
Sure.
Perfect. Great. What's your email address, Mr. Carruth?
Okay. Now you got the email address. Now let's go back to you saying you would like to stay in touch.
Okay.
So, no, there's nothing you can do for me right now.
Okay, Mr. Carruth, I got you. Hey, well, let me ask you, is there another agent in the area you guys might work with? If you did have any real estate questions or needs?
No.
No? Okay, well, hey, I'm going to be in the business here for some time to come. Would it be all right if I stay in touch with you guys?
Sure.
Perfect. What's your email address, Mr. Carruth?
I don't want to give you my email.
Oh, I understand, Mr. Carruth. Hey, look, here's the thing. I know what you're probably thinking. I'm not going to spam you or anything crazy like that. Just want the opportunity to stay in touch with you guys. Would that be okay?
I guess so.
All right, Mr. Carruth. So what's your email address?
Okay, cool, Marvin. So question, man. What's your problem, dude? You nailed it.
I do get sometimes just people saying, no, I don't want to give you my email. And then sometimes I just get people from the first question after I ask, I'm selling our house, and then they just hang up. But I feel I'm doing pretty good so far.
You saw the video of me making cold calls, right?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay, so people hung up on me. I probably had 3 or 4 people hang up on me.
Yeah.
So you nailed it, dude. You got it all down. I think if I were to critique you at all, it would be to just relax a little bit more.
Okay.
I think you got it, man. I think you got like the tone. You understand. I think just slow it down just a little bit. And also you're a little bit too wordy. Like when you say, "Hey, I'm going to be in the business for some time now." I think you can do without that. I would just say, "Good, man. I'm sure you would I'm sure you guys are going to buy or sell something, I don't know, 5 or 10 years down the road. I would love the opportunity to work with you when the day comes. Would it be okay if I stayed in touch?" See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think some of the stuff you're getting a little bit too wordy. Try to tighten up and say less, talk less and listen more, and slow it down just a little bit. Your energy is so good, but I want you to just slow it down just one notch. How many calls have you made? How many calls have you made? Career calls.
I just started 4 months ago, so I'm new in the business. I'm not sure how many, but a lot.
Maybe 2,000.
Yeah, at least.
How many deals have you got going on?
I have 2 listings right now.
And you're 4 months in the business?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Dude,
thanks, Ricky.
Dude, you don't understand, dude. It took me 8 months to make my first sale, and I didn't have a Ricky Carruth tell me exactly what to tell people, exactly what to say to people, and how to say it, and how to follow up, and all that stuff, man. You got a bright future ahead of you, bro.
Thank you, Ricky. I really appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you calling me and helping everybody out here on this call. I know a lot of people are getting a lot from this, so thank you for that.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, man. Keep up the good fight and stay in touch with me.
Thank you. I will.
Okay, buddy.
Bye. Thanks again.
Later, man. Wow, man, that was a really good one there. Okay, I've only talked to 4 people, so what I want to do is I have Ruben. Ruben's here. I don't know if he's to where he can pick up his phone or if he's still on the live feed, but I'm going to try to call Ruben here in a minute. I want to get through all these questions real quick. I want to see what we got going on in the comments here. Jennifer says, "Thank you for doing what you do. I like watching and learning your style." Let's see. Looks like I got some spam going on here. Okay. Hi, Ricky. Love your work. In the follow-up process, do you stop emailing them when they choose another agent to sell their home or continue to stay in touch? Great question. I absolutely continue emailing them. I never stop emailing anyone ever. I never take anyone out of my database. Ever. Ever. You never know, man. They'll come back to you. Nora, thank you for your question. Andy Lamb says, "Don't make it about you. Focus on what value you can bring to the marketplace." Matthew Rogers, powerful stuff. It's all about the numbers. Doing it makes you better at all. Okay, Aaron says, "What are you using to send your weekly email?" I always use Constant Contacts, but I've been testing out BombBomb for the last 3 weeks. I think I've used BombBomb. And so I'm watching the open rate and I'm watching the bounce rate and I'm kind of watching it all to see what's going on. Next week, I'm going to do mine from Constant Contact again, just to go back so I can kind of compare. I like BombBomb for the video embedding that it does. I think it's really incredible. But if I'm losing 400 people opening the email, then it doesn't matter. If they don't see it, then it doesn't matter if there's an email or not. So I'm going to go back to Constant Contact next week just to compare. And I'm still kind of in the transition. I haven't fully committed to BombBomb, but I'm looking at it hard. I've used it on 3 of my emails so far. Barbara says, "Great dialogue, really enjoying." Okay, Ruben's just listening, unable to take the call. Cool. Brian says, "This is great dialogue and very motivating to make the calls." Aaron says, "Thanks, I'm using MailChimp. I'm thinking of going to BombBomb." Yeah, it doesn't matter really what you do, to tell you the truth, as long as something's going out. So I will make links at the bottom of this video when it's done of my phone scripts. You guys can get that. You guys can get my entire game plan, how I follow up with people, the whole 9 yards. Also, the discount on Redx to get the phone numbers. You can also use their dialer. The whole 9 yards there. So let's see. Brian says, how often do you dial or stay in touch with your past clients? Not really a whole lot at all. I just let the weekly email do its thing, and then they call me when they get ready. I've created a business where my clients call me. I don't really have to call them. And it's so big. I have so many people are calling me wanting to do deals. So I don't have time to make calls because I'm too busy selling stuff. That's the kind of business you want. But I do try to make time to call my past clients from time to time if I get really slow. Like next week looks like it might be a little slow. I had 6 closings this week. I have maybe 5 or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I have 7 under contract as far as resales. I mean, I have like 16 more new construction under contract, but it looks like next week's going to be kind of slow, so I'm excited because now I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna call past clients. I'm gonna make some cold calls. I love it when it slows down. I don't have a lot under contract because I get so motivated. Let's see. Steven says, is Constant Contact free to use? It is free to use up to 500 people. I think if you have 500 people in your database, I'm pretty sure you can use it for free. As soon as you go over 500, then I think it's 50 a month, up to 5,000 people. So it's very affordable. I think I have gotten all the questions. Yep. I think I've gotten all the questions so far. So let's see. Aaron says, your opener is so powerful, and I've been selling for 12 years. My team did 20 million last year, looking to grow to 50 million. I'm in Phoenix. The market here is challenging. Let's see. And then I have a question. What do you do for a living? Obviously not a follower. So, okay, guys. So I guess at this point, let's see. That's great. Thanks for the reply. Do you have specific dialogue when calling past clients? Great. Yes, past client dialogue. It's going to be very similar. It's like, hey, George or Martha or Mary or whatever. What, how are you doing? This is, they know who you are. It's like, hey, this Ricky, how are you doing? You don't have to say Ricky Remax Orange Beach unless you hadn't talked to him in a long time. It depends on where your relationship is. This is Ricky Carruth, Ricky Carruth Remax Orange Beach, whatever. How you doing? Good. Yeah, man, I've been busy, or I've been enjoying the day, or isn't it gorgeous outside, or how about them Saints, or whatever, right? I don't know what relationship you have with these people. Then you're just going to say, look, I'm just calling to see if there's anything in the world I can do for you. That's the past client script. So this person says, what market isn't challenging? That's true. Every single market is tough. Every single market is tough. Selling real estate is tough. Real estate is hard. I actually wouldn't wish real estate on anyone. It's a tough game. You really have to want it. So many people fail, but it's so rewarding. And when you make it past that learning curve and get to making those sales, it's such a rewarding. It's so fulfilling to be able to have a job where you help people, genuinely help people, and make money doing it, and can make a living helping people. It's amazing. Do I mail thank you letters to clients? Yes, I do. Let's see. Christy just took a bunch to the she just took a bunch to the post office. I do thank you notes for every closing. What CRM system do I use? I really don't have one like a traditional CRM like Follow Up Boss or whatever. So all my clients are just in my Constant Contact or my BombBomb or in my phone or in my email. So I don't really have like a general place where I'm using like a CRM to follow up with people and do drip campaigns and stuff like that. Let's see. Hey, Ricky, got my folders done and my pins. Went to listing meeting yesterday. The client loved the pin. So yeah, I do on my listing appointments. I take a nice folder with a Ricky Carruth pin with the comps, a blank listing agreement, and a gift card to a restaurant. That's my listing presentation. So Ruben's saying that he's following it, and the client loved the pin. That's great. Let's see. You got to be in it to win it. No replacing hard work. Exactly. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, believe, hard work, adapt, and be patient. Okay, Rabia, I believe it is. We're real estate agents here. We sell real estate. You know, I'm in the U.S. Not sure where you are, but there's agents all over the world that follow this channel, and we're just trying to help each other succeed. Brian, what weekly email do you send to new clients or past clients? I send the same thing to everyone. Let's see. You want my Redx link? I'll put a Redx link in the. Hold on. Let me grab a Redx link real quick. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'll throw it in there. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'll get it in there. There's that. Oop. All right, let me try to get it in here for you, Diane. Paste. There it is. Boop. All right, there it is. All right, there's the link I just posted for Redx because Diane wanted the Redx link. Okay, Brian, what weekly email do you send to new clients or past clients? It's the same weekly email every time. If you go to 0todiamond.com and just create a free account and then log in, there's a link out of those links there, which has my phone scripts, action plans, videos we making, calls, all that stuff. There's a link called weekly email, and there's an example of my weekly email and a video tutorial on how I create it in Constant Contacts. Let's see. Donna says, thanks for the free coaching. It's wonderful when agents help each other. Diane says, thank you. Love listening today. Your insights are so helpful. Okay, guys, I'm going to hang out with you here for a couple more minutes. If anybody else wants to role play, put your phone number in. I'll do one more if somebody wants to role play. Any situation you want. This has been really fun, taking the different situations that you guys have and trying to help you guys through it, figure out what's best to say. Let's see. Jennifer says, tell me one more time how to find weekly emails. Go to 0todiamond.com. Let me put that right here. Right there. I think that'll link up. No? Anyway, that's the website. I guess I didn't create a link, but you go there, create a free account, and then there's a link that says weekly email, and there's a tutorial and an example. Ruben, thank you for taking the time on a Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Absolutely, Ruben. You too, buddy. Donna is right. Being a realtor means creating relationships not only with potential clients, but also your potential referral network. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Donna said it's wonderful when agents help each other. Absolutely, guys. Like reaching back out to you and just sharing my story and sharing exactly everything I do. I love that my coaching is totally free because I don't have to hold back anything. I can tell you what I say. I can tell you how I follow up. I can tell you every single little thing about everything I do. I made $1 million last year. I've sold 100 properties a year as a single agent for the last 4 years. See, 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 years. This will be year number 5 for 100 deals. On track to do 100 deals again this year. 100 deals seems to be my sweet spot, and I'm happy with the 100 deals. See, here's the thing, guys. Okay, 66 people watching right now. Let me just kind of just clear the air about a lot of stuff as far as what's going on in my mind with the coaching and the real estate, right? I got 2 businesses going on. So how am I continuing to let my real estate business grow while I'm trying to spend all this time with you guys, creating content, YouTube videos, podcasts? I mean, it's crazy. So, you know, the thing is that I feel like if I can maintain my $1 million a year business while creating you guys's, you know, coaching programs and helping you guys succeed, then I'm winning. Because if I can maintain in real estate while I'm building a second business, then I feel like I've accomplished way more than just growing my real estate business to 1.5 million, right? If I were only focusing on real estate, I could probably do 1.5 million this year if I only focused on real estate and not coaching as well. So I'm giving up whatever to pursue coaching, something that I'm doing on the side. So my feeling is that if I can make the same amount of money and at least maintain while creating this second stream of income and with the industry tremendously. Here's the thing. I'm going to answer you guys this question in a minute. I want to reduce the failure rate in the real estate industry, and I want new agents to recognize 2 things. If they don't get anything out of me but 2 things, I want you to get this. Losing deals is the greatest thing that ever happened to you, and everything that you fear about everything is non-existent. When you eliminate every single fear, there's no fears. Market's crashing, that's fine. Everything that you fear is actually a good thing. Everything that you fear that you think is bad is actually good, and is an opportunity. And if I can get that into your head, that all your fears are actually opportunities, and that losing deals is the greatest thing that ever happened to you, and all you need to do is work hard and talk to people and ask them what you can do to help them, then I've accomplished my goal. Then it's up to you guys to actually take what I'm saying and go use it and create the life that you want to live. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Aaron says, "Thank you, Ricky. You will be one of the best coaches out there. Keep it up. Keep up on your goals." Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Brian says, "Thanks, Ricky. Absolutely love all your stuff. Have a great weekend." You too, Brian. Ingrid says, "Thank you for all your tips. Great ideas. Very helpful." Thank you, Ingrid. Let's see. All right, let's see. The investor mindset, another topic of discussion, perhaps? Absolutely, yeah. We can talk about investing. I just bought a house yesterday. I have about 15 of them. We're flipping about 11 of them right now. Looking for more to buy. We pay cash for everything. We're going to build a house and flip that. I've got rental properties I'll keep forever. I have a lot of stocks. I even have some Bitcoin. So, yeah, absolutely. Investor mindset could definitely be another topic. Andy says, "How's the inventory in Orange Beach and nearby community? How far out do you farm distance-wise?" Great question, Andy. So inventory is about at 5 months right now, 4.5, 5 months, which is really good. It's very healthy. I buy properties up to about an hour away from me or 45 minutes away. And so I'll list stuff about that same distance. I really like to kind of stay close to the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area, which is about a 10, 12 mile radius. That's kind of that's where most of my business is. But I'll do a deal anywhere, as long as it's not too far out. So every single deal, Andy, you need to evaluate every deal differently, as in, is it worth your time? You know, is it worth your time? Because there's plenty of other deals out there. Is this one worth your time? Great question, though. Lane says, what are your thoughts on times to call? Is 5 to 7 p.m. too late? What about weekends? Lane, what's up, buddy? Great question. So here's my thoughts on that. It doesn't matter. I call between 9 and 12 because my mind is the sharpest. In the morning, my mind is on point. I'm witty. I'm funny. I'm just on top of my game. After lunch, I kind of start going downhill. I think everybody does. You become mentally fatigued. And so 5 to 7 is too late for me, but you may crush it during that time because people do answer their phone more during those times. And on weekends is really great. I've never called on weekends or after hours. I've never called on the weekend or after hours. I've called after lunch plenty. I've called between 1 and 5. I've called, 8 to 12. I've called all during a weekday and week time, work hours. But I know that people have better conversion rates of people answering the phone after hours and on the weekends, but I've never done it. So it's a decision for you to make, but it doesn't, to answer your question, it doesn't matter. I think a lot of people that want to do that, most people, not saying you, but most people are just using it as a cop out to not make calls because they don't want to make calls. So they try to, pre-qualify when they think somebody might answer. I don't really care if somebody's at lunch, or I can't really say, I wonder if they're at lunch. I wonder if they're home. I wonder if they'll answer and call them. That's just not my style. My style is just to go. Make the calls, talk to the people, create the relationships, do the business, help them for the rest of their life. Let's see. Survive and thrive are two completely different mindsets. Everyone needs a goal. What do you mean there? Survive and thrive are two completely different mindsets. So surviving the crash, I guess, and I guess if you're on the brink of losing everything or you're just starting out and you can't quite make it, you're just surviving. But if you're on top of the world, and you have $1 million in the bank and you have a huge business, you're thriving. Oh, I see. Are you trying to survive or thrive no matter what the market? Yes, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter. Markets crash, you can you can absolutely thrive during the market crash. I will make more money. When the market crashes, if it's a dramatic crash, I may make less money like during the first couple months, like sales may go down for a second, but then when the dust settles and everybody realizes that we're in the middle of a real crash, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean up. I want to gain market share, deals. I'm going to be buying. So it's going to be insane when the market crashes. So I'm looking forward to that. Ruben says, do I ever go after asset accounts for REOs? No, I don't. You can, though. Everything works. Everything works. Go do. Talk to property owners. See what you can do to help them. Talk to 20 to 30 new people every single day, and watch your business blow up. Do it till you have so much money you don't know what to do with it. Do I leave voice messages if they don't answer the phone? Yes, I always leave a voice message. You use the voice message as a branding tool, as an advertisement tool, where they heard your name, phone number, company, they know what you're about. They heard it when they heard the message. They're probably not going to call you back, but they heard your name. So if you don't leave the message, you wasted that time. You wasted. It was a waste. They don't even know who it was. But if you leave a message like, oh yeah, Diane Stone called me, right? And they may forget about you the next day, but if they see your sign around town, now they put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, she called me. And now the whole branding, marketing thing starts to work. Mark says, I never know a good time to call where I'm not bugging people at work, with kids, etc. There you go, man. It's never a good time, right? It's all about your confidence and how what your tone is. It's all about experience. Experience is the #1 skill factor with making calls. I'm teaching you what to say. I'm telling you how to say it, but then you got to go make the calls to get the experience to know exactly how to handle those different situations. and those different dynamics and how to read people and how to really bring it all together to where you're creating relationships. Are you relying on sphere of influence in a down market? Then absolutely not. I'll call some sphere of influence and say, hey, the market's crashing. What can I do for you? But I'm going to be calling all new people in the market crash. All new people. I want to know, hey, because all the agents are leaving the business. And so that leaves so much for me to call property owners and say, hey, the market's crashed. Do you want to buy because things are so cheap? Do you want to sell because you're in trouble, or are you just going to hang on forever? Either way it goes, is there an agent that you're going to work with? And you just start picking up new clients left and right. And then you find people that want to buy right now, and they want to buy now before the market comes up. They want to buy now before the market comes up. They want to buy while it's down right this second. And people that want to sell have to sell right now because they're in trouble. So it creates urgency in the market. And all the agents left. So here you are with all this business. I'm going to make more money when the market crashes and pick up so much more market share when the market comes back again. I'll be in even better shape than I was the first time. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. Do you hang up with no answer, or do you leave a message? I'll leave a message every single time. I don't know if you asked that already, Diane. Let me see your other. Do you leave a message if they don't answer the phone? And then you said, do you hang up with no answer, or do you leave a message? So same. Okay. Oh. Maybe I didn't answer it and I skipped, and then you thought I was skipping yours, but I wasn't. Good answer. I think most newer agents don't realize the turnover. Yes, this is the problem. Newer agents don't realize it. When a market crashes, all the first-time home buyers go away because they can't buy because the market's crashing. All the people you're working with right now are going to go away because people that buy on the way up don't buy. They're not the same clients that's buying and selling on the way down. Some are, but most aren't. And the people that buy when it's down, they're not buying when it's up. They're waiting for it to go down. So all the clients switch over. And so when you're working with somebody and they go away, then you get scared and you leave the business, right? So then as soon as they leave the business, you leave the business, right? But you didn't know that if you just stayed in the business and just called more property owners and figured out who wants to buy when the market's down, then you would have cleaned up. People are just scared. They don't know. I didn't know until I went through a crash and figured it all out. Lane says, Ricky, thanks again for all the answers and info. Can you discuss again what you see as indicators of a market crash? Who cares about the market crash? I mean, indicators. So you're saying like you want to predict the market crash, like what's going to indicate that the market is crashing? I think that that you'll know when the market's crashing when it crashes. I don't think you can really predict the market. Predictions. You can't predict it. Like you can't. They've been predicting that the stock market's going to crash for like 3 years now because it's been going up longer than it's ever went. I think it's like the second longest bull market or longest bull market in history or whatever. And so they've been, a lot of people have been predicting that it's going to crash for a while, and it's still going up. So I think every crash is different. I think they crash for different reasons. And I think that when it crashes, you'll know because all the buyers and sellers you're working with now will go away because something dramatically happened, like a terrorist attack or a, stock market crash or, the banks went under or, a hurricane comes through. Like something dramatic will happen where everything stops on a dime. You won't see it coming and everything will be different. And that's when you switch gears and you just call everybody and say, what can I do to help you? Do all those deals. Then you turn around and start calling everybody you don't know. Every single property owner you can in the market. Say, you want to buy, sell, or hold. Mark says, but when the market crashes, don't commissions cater to people saying they don't need agents because things sell easily like they are now? Okay, so what you're saying is but when the market crashes, doesn't commissions crater to people saying they don't need agents because things sell easily? Who cares, Mark? Honestly, not to be rude, but like real estate is super lucrative. So if we all took 2% instead of 3%, we would still be making a ton of money. Plenty of money to live on, plenty of money to save. I think who cares about the commissions, right? I just want more and more people that I can help. The money will come. I think that technology might hurt our commission in the long run. Like we might all go to a 4% commission with 2 and 2. Like in 10 years, I don't see that it's unrealistic that we'll be all getting 2% instead of 3%. And it won't matter because it's still a lot of money. I mean, even if it's a $100,000 house, it's still $2,000, you know? So I think that it doesn't matter if commissions go down because prices go down. You're going to be helping more people. And also, I'm always looking 5 years ahead, you know? So I'm putting together the relationships now that's going to crush it in 5 years. Don't be so short-term minded. Think long-term. You know, when it crashes, it's going to crash temporarily. It's going to come back up. Where do you want to be when the market returns and gets back to those normal commissions? Lane says, I remember you discussing a relationship between inventory prices and interest rates. Am I wrong? No, I said that, Lane. I said that transactions are down this year in my market. But they were down 8.6% in my market, but April was exactly the same, which means we started out slow and now we're exactly where we were last year in terms of April. We'll see how May does, but yeah, I did think it was interesting that transactions were down, interest rates are rising, prices are really high. Absolutely, man. I absolutely did talk about that. And I think that it's all a factor, but I don't think it's really indicators of, I don't think it's really indicators of like markets crashing and stuff. I just think it's something to pay attention to. You know, like if you're watching the market and interest rates are coming up, inventory's down, transactions are down, prices are up, and then we have a crash, then you kind of know going into it kind of what was going on. You know, you're paying attention. I don't think it's stuff to worry about. It's just things to pay attention to. That way, as we move forward, number one, you pay attention to it so that you know the market. That's your profession. You should know the market so that you can explain the market to your clients so they can make the best decisions possible. Then if a market crashes, you'll know kind of where it was before it crashed and kind of why it crashed. And then you're still going to continue paying attention to what's going on with those factors during the crash. So I just think it's stuff to pay attention to, not to predict a crash. You have to know those things when you're talking to clients. I hope that answers your question, Lane. Let's see. Annette, what's up, Annette? Hey, Ricky, this may sound like a silly question, but what if there are multiple agents in my market doing your coaching and we're calling the same peeps with the same script to see how we set ourselves apart? Oh, I love this question, man. Do you know that I've been coaching in my market for the past year, the same as with you guys, and I haven't had one single client go to another agent that's using my scripts. Like I'm sending emails out every single day, the same emails that you guys get. They're probably local agents watching this right now. And none of them are, I mean, there might be some doing what I'm saying, but here's the thing, Annette. You can't call every single person, number one, ever. You'll never call everybody. But let's just say hypothetically that you called the same 100 people as somebody else called, right? It's gonna, if you've listened to the role playing session here, there was like 2 or 3 people that did my a phone script that I role play, they all sounded different because everybody puts their own spin on it, their own little personalities, right? So Annette, you're going to have a different result of 100 calls that I would if I called that same 100 people. You're going to connect with some of those people differently than the way I'm going to connect with some of those people. You're going to get 3 or 4 people out of that 100 people, and I'm going to get a different 3 or 4 people out of that. Because our personalities are so different, we're going to connect with people differently. Annette, it's 100% unlimited, and it's abundant. Like there's no way. That's why I give away everything for free to my entire market. Every single person in my MLS, every single agent gets the emails explaining everything I do. And nobody has taken a single client in a year. No client has went somewhere else because of this. I haven't even heard of a client. No client. I've had a couple of clients email me weekly reports that other agents send that looks just like mine, which is great. But here's the thing. Are you going to be consistent? There's so many factors in that. There's so many factors. Your report's not going to look exactly like mine. Your postcards aren't going to look exactly like mine. You're not going to call them, Annette, on exact. Today they might want to sell, or today they might not want to sell. You know, I call them today, they don't want to sell. You call the same person tomorrow and they change their mind. They slept on it, they changed their mind, and then you called them and now they want to sell. Work on filling your cup up and quit worrying about, are y'all going to sound the same? I'll tell you what sounds the same is all these people that are calling all the same expireds and for sale by owners. All that sounds the same because you literally have 6 to 10 people calling the same person. Circle prospecting, nobody's really doing it. So it's nothing to worry about, Annette, to answer your question. I haven't lost a dime from teaching every agent in my area how to sell real estate. Actually, my business has grown. Annette, I want to hear more. Give me some more rebuttal there. Okay. I think I'm saying your name here, Any. Just stumbled on your channel today, and I've had time to join this. Good work, Ricky. You have a new sub. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for wanting us to be honest and open. Absolutely. Thank you. Andy says, focus on what you can control and keep upping your skills. That's the name of the game. Upping your skill level. Worrying about you, not everybody else. Don't worry about if they're calling them. Call the same people. Do a little test. Do a little test. Get an agent in your office. Y'all team up. One day you call this 100 people, and the next day let the other agent call that same 100 people and see what happens. Andreas. What's up, Ricky? Thanks for all your help, brother. Looks like I have somebody saying, do I just talk about my job? Yeah, that's what this is about. It's a training session for real estate agents. Not the same people answer when you call the same farm 100 people. Exactly, Ruben. It doesn't matter if you call the same person. It's going to sound completely different, even if it's the same script, because it just is. And even if they pick up on it, what are the chances if it happens like 1 in 1,000? And you know, what are they going to say? They're still going to like one over the other, and then they're going to make their decision. I don't know. I'm just totally not worried about it. I've come to grips with the fact that it's completely unlimited, and that you can't call every single owner ever. Okay, guys. If there's any more questions, type them in. I'm going to give it, let's see, keep working on our minds. It's your biggest obstacle. Thanks are not enough, but it's what we've got for now. One question Noboy is going to ask is, do you show property in your shorts? I do. I got shorts and flip-flops. Shorts and flip flops. Andreas, Mojo or Storm Dialer? Storm Dialer. Mark, I'm on the verge of trying circle dialing, but I'm curious about that cost to benefit. What if I call and I don't get anything? Just wondering. Mark, fear is what's holding you back. Why are you worried about not getting anything out of something when you're going to be calling property owners to ask them what you can do to help them? Like, I'm curious to your confidence in yourself. If you're calling and you're talking to 20 to 30 people, new property owners every day, and like, curious about that cost to benefit. I made $1 million last year. I've sold 100 properties for the last 4 years straight, working on number 5 years straight. Right? Is that right? 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. Working on my 5th year of 100 deals as a single agent, all circle prospecting. So enough to, then I really don't know what else to say. I think at that point it's something psychological. If you don't get anything, you have to try different things. Like I said, it's about adapting. Subconscious construction. Do you have any news on new Storm Dialer feature I think you were going to be testing? I used it for a second. I didn't get to use it for a long period of time, so I didn't get to use it long enough to really get the hang of it and stuff. So I'll get back to you on that. Annette says, you're absolutely right. Thanks so much for putting things in perspective. I appreciate you keeping it real. Yep, it's all about who's going to connect and vibe with me. I love it. Yeah, you are different than everybody. And so you're going to connect differently than everybody else. And so you've got to just put the work in to contact the people. Don't worry about everybody else and what they're doing. Everybody can be doing the same thing. It's okay. Mark says, just saying, I'm not every type of marketing. I'm just saying, okay, I just read the first sentence, Mark, but I like where this is going. Just saying, not every type of marketing works for everybody. It's tough to hit the nail on the head from the beginning before you fail. 2 things, Mark. Number 1, failing is the best thing that could ever happen to you because it tells you that you figure out where you went wrong, right? You make adjustments. It's called adapting, right? That's the one thing. The other thing is that I'm not here to teach circle prospecting. It's what I do, right? But I'm here to teach you guys that everything works. For sale by owner, expired, internet leads, circle prospecting, door knocking, open houses, postcards, letters. Everything works. Facebook, social media, everything works, right? 2 things. You have to figure out what works for you, and you have to figure out exactly, like what works best for you, right? And then it has to come from a place of how can I help you? So you have to talk to 20 to 30 new people every day. I don't care if it's for sale by owners, expires, door knocking, internet leads, whatever it is, you need to talk to 20 or 30 new ones every day, and it needs to come from a place of how can I help you? You have to have voice-to-voice contact, and it has to be how can I help you? And you want that long term, and you want a system in place to stay in touch with them forever. So yeah, you're going to fail a bunch. That's real estate. But how quickly are you going to get up? How quickly are you going to recover and keep moving forward and try to learn from those fails to get to where you start succeeding? Not here to say circle prospecting is the best way for you. I'm here to say it's the best for me. And I think that property owners are I believe that property owners are the highest quality prospects. They buy and sell, and that voice to voice is the only way to really crush it in real estate and grow exponentially. So I'm just putting 2 and 2 together and saying, why don't I just call every single property owner I can and have as many voice to voice conversations as possible, right? So Adam Williams, have you made friends that you regularly hang out with from your cold call and home sales, or has every person you met strictly been a business transaction? I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of clients that are friends. We go to dinner, we go to lunch. I even have clients that have turned into business partners. Yeah, yeah, I have a lot of people that clients are like extended family to me. I'll take them to the airport. I'll help them move a piece of furniture. I'll come eat dinner with you. I'll buy you lunch, everything. So, yeah, absolutely, man. A lot of friends I've met from cold calling. Uh, and then there's a lot of people that are strictly business too. Good question, Adam. Big Al Watson. Hey, Ricky, great stuff. Been getting an increased number of buyer registrations on my website through Facebook ads. I have phone number and email. Was curious to hear what you would say to them. I would say, hey, this is Albert Watson at Whatever Realty. How you doing? Yeah, I'm enjoying the day. Isn't it gorgeous? Hey, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but you clicked on my Facebook ad or whatever on whatever house, and I didn't know if there's anything I could do to help you. And then just take the conversation from there. You already have their email, so it's not like you have to go after that. And so just take it from there as, how can I help you? And just see what you can do to help them. And at the end of the conversation, if there's nothing, say, look, I got your email. Is this it? Repeat it to them. Make sure it's right. Say, look, I'll stay in touch with you via email. Let me know if there's anything in the world I can ever do for you. And if they do want to do something, follow through. Let me know if that helped, Albert. Albert, by the way, I think is one of my very, very first students a year ago. One of the first people to read my book and reach out to me. And so, big shout out to Albert. I think you're up there in Phoenix, right, Albert? Are you in Phoenix? Mark, yeah, I just use that attitude of not being pushy and just being helpful, giving data ideas with for sale by owner recently, and I feel it just threw them. I just feel like it just threw them off because I didn't have commission breath. So, Mark, are you saying that you liked the low pressure approach, or you didn't like the low pressure approach? Jamie says, "Hey, Ricky, what do you say when they say, 'How'd you get my number?'" Oh, whenever they say something like that, I don't let it. Okay, Scottsdale, Arizona, guys. If you have a referral, find Albert Watson in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you have a referral for Scottsdale, Arizona, give a big shout out to Al Watson up there. Let's see. Okay, how'd you get my number? I don't let that stump me. I don't let anything stump me. If they say, "Where'd you get my number?" I say, "I got it online, but look, there's a house down the road that sold." Like, I'm going to say something quick and then go straight into what I was trying to say. I'm not going to get hung up there. I'm not going to make that be the conversation. I'm going to smooth that right over and move right on to what the real conversation is going to be. Not very many people really ask. Some people, I guess, ask that, but it's not like a big deal. It's like, "How'd you get my number?" "Oh, online. But look, like I was saying, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but da 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 da." Just smooth it over and go straight into the reason for your call and just follow through. What's up? You're an awesome show. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Ingrid says, I'm talking with a large group of veterans at the American Legion this weekend, helping a member buy a house and offering advice to his pals. That's nice. That's good. That's awesome. Definitely. Anything to get your name out there. Okay, guys, I think that's it for the day. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm going to give it maybe 2 more minutes. I'm sure a few more questions will pop in. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I enjoy doing the coaching sessions with you guys. Reach out anytime. Let's see. How did you get my number? I say that I'm always asking for numbers. I don't remember who gave me your number. That's pretty good, Veronica. I mean, that's all right, but that's a little too wordy. It kind of makes it like it's part of the conversation. I think maybe just say, "Hey, I got it online, but here's the thing." But do what makes you feel comfortable. If you like saying what you just said right there, then I want you to do that. whatever rolls off your tongue and makes you feel the best and you feel like you get the best response. Try different things. How do you look that chiseled all the time, dude? Yeah, I wish. Christian says, thank you for everything, Ricky. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks very much. Let's see. I guess I'll say a couple things. If you guys really want a lot of value, subscribe to my podcast, iTunes, SoundCloud right now. I'm going to be on other platforms soon, but a lot of value there. Stuff you can listen to on the way to work. I try to upload them at night or first thing in the morning where you guys can listen to it on the way to work. So that's getting really big. I'm doing YouTube videos every Tuesday and Thursday for you guys, different subject matters. If there's any kind of video you want me to do, just send it to me and I'll work on it. What else? We're still doing the daily grind vlog. We've just been kind of making a transition for YouTube. So we have another one of those coming out soon, and we're going to continue pushing those out. You know, the free coaching is just always going to be free. I have 2 books. Links are in the description below for phone scripts, the discount on the Redx, and everything else. Anything else in the world you guys need, just give me a shout, and I'll be right there. So you guys have a great weekend. Finish strong. You know, we'll talk to you guys next week. Appreciate you very much. I love you guys. Holler.